So what have we been up to? We have fitted an SW Motech pannier and frame, although the frame is very small on this. The BMW R90 Scrambler. So I decided on the SW Motech after a recommendation from Captain Rumbunctious, who's got them on his Speedmaster. So I wanted the option of carrying some stuff if I go away for a night or two. Probably just about get enough stuff in that bag. We'll pull over and have a quick look at it. Probably just here actually. Right, let's have a look. Getting a bit steamed up here. So there it is there. I thought I'd ordered black, but actually it's come in hipster brown, which looks okay to be honest with you. So it's quite easy to detach with the one little lever there, and it just slides off. And as you can see, the frame is quite neat. That really just on there, and then there's a fitting under the seat. Very easy to fit, and it's nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. The bag opens out, so it is actually going to open out, so it's a bit bigger. So yeah, you could get enough stuff in there to last a weekend. And to put it on, it just clips back on, locks in place. I'm sure this is probably made by the same company that made the one for the Triumph Scrambler, looking at the fittings, but on the Scrambler it had a little locking device inside the bag, because that is quite easy just to whip off if you wanted to nick it, but then it's quite easy to take off. You can just carry it around. There is a carry strap on it, so it makes it quite easy just to carry it about if you're stopping at services, unless it weighs an absolute ton. This is just disgraceful, this weather, isn't it? I was going to use the 1200 GS as my winter bike, but there's far too much money tied up in that, and it's such a immaculate bike. I actually stuck it on eBay the other day and it's actually sold already, which is good. So got what I wanted for it, and I'm going to look for a sort of winter bike for about half the price of what I got for the GS. So it may be another older GS. Haven't made my mind up yet. I'd probably be looking for a 10 or 11 plate GS or GS Adventurer. But having said that, there's probably only on those, the difference between that and my bike is probably about £3,500, which is still actually quite nice to have that back. So we'll have to wait and see. I do like the twin cam engine. I mean, the reason I think why I decided to get rid of mine was having this again with this oil-cooled twin cam engine. They're such a lovely engine, these. Lovely and quiet. I could go for an earlier 1150. There is a really nice 1150 GS Adventurer for sale in Aylesbury, but that is quite old. And the other problem is you've got to look at now with any of these bikes before 2007, you won't be able to go into the low emission zone in London, and that's going to come right out probably to the M25 in the next couple of years. So those bikes, or cars even, anything before 2007, if you want to go into those areas, you've got to pay £12, and I'll be buggered if I'm paying £12. And that'll probably interesting, walking poles and running, and that'll probably also work out in other big towns and cities before you know it. So yeah, that could put a bit of a damper on selling old stuff in the future, because you're going to be limited to where you can ride it unless you've got to pay a congestion tax or low emission tax. So if they were really that bothered, they'd just say, sorry, these vehicles can't come into these areas anymore. They wouldn't say, well, actually, it's all right to bring them in and cause pollution, but you can pay £12, because it doesn't really solve the problem, the £12, does it? It just gives them £12. So they can spend it on solving the problem, but they don't, do they? Because they're just taking the £12 and allowing you to go in. So, yeah, that's a bit of a weird one, that. The downside about things over 2007, there's a lot more electronics and technology, so it does make it more difficult to work on that stuff at home. And the winter bike is always a bike that I maintain and do all the servicing on, so I want something that's fairly simple to work on. And I do plan to get out and about this winter and do some riding. The lovely autumn colours. Look at that. Wonderful. Oh, and we're also over 300 subscribers. Thank you for all the subscribers that have stayed with the channel, and thank you for the new subscribers. So we're just waiting for a BMW sump guard to arrive. Getting a genuine one that fits, I think it probably fits on the old GS, but yeah, just to save the underside of engine, because it's so sandy around here, everything just gets sandblasted under your bike. So, oh, look at the state of the roads. God, this is so naughty, isn't it? Look at this. Got to be so careful on a bike. That is just pure mud on the road there. I thought they'd brought in a law where they weren't allowed to leave the road shitty like that, but they are farming, so can't really brush the tyres off on the tractor at every field entrance. But you know, if you come elbowing it round there on a sports bike, you're probably going to be sliding down the road. Ah, here's the culprit up here. Go on, you're in a Mustang. Oh no, might not end well here. Don't let him out, you bastard. Oh no, no, you see, it's not really a good place to over. Oh, for God's sake, look at that. How bad is that? You see, motorcyclists do the same, and car drivers, but yeah, overtaking where there's a T junction. Because when you're coming out of a T, you're not expecting someone to be coming down the wrong side of the road. Oh, nice. Let everyone out. You bastard. No, now, oh, it's a shame. Could have probably done that, but I want to go home tonight. Oh, look, right where you'd like to lean in, slide, and he's off. Right, well, thanks for watching, and probably see you next week on the hunt for the winter bike, or we may even have a winter bike for 2020.